Hello learners and welcome back to your own channel LIY English Learn It Yourself. And here I am yet again with a beautiful poem that we'll be learning today in this video. The title of the poem is The Pulley and it is written by George Herbert. Learners, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and do. Also hit the bell icon to receive the notifications for the latest video. So we'll learn this poem in this video in English, but I'll also upload another video with the Hindi explanation. So if you want, you can check that out too. I'll put the link in the description box. Now, without any further delay, let's begin our video. Firstly, let us learn about the background of the poet, who's George Herbert. He was an English poet and was born in Wales. So he was largely raised in England. He was also the orator and a priest of the Church of England. He mostly wrote poems on religious themes. So you can say he was a major metaphysical poet. Learners, metaphysical poetry is that genre of poetry or that type of poetry that deals with deep subjects, heavy subjects like religion, divinity, spirituality, etc. So it is a highly intellectualized poetry. If we look at the word metaphysical, learners, we see that it is made up with two words, meta and physical. And meta means beyond, physical means anything related to matter, physical. So metaphysical means things or ideas beyond the physical realm, beyond the physical world. So yes, as George Herbert wrote a lot of poems on such themes, a lot of poems on religious themes, he is recognized as one of the foremost British devotional lyricists. The poem Pulley that we are going to learn in this video is too an example of metaphysical poetry. Now let us look at the central idea of the poem. The poem tries to explain the two-way relationship between God and his worshippers, his creation, human beings. We see in poem how poet talks about the unlimited and valuable blessings that have been bestowed on us by God, but how he withheld one of the most precious blessings to himself, and that is rest. The pulley shows how God lifts man towards himself with the pulley of restlessness, so that we never forget God and always reach out to him to have peace, to have rest. Now we'll learn the poem line by line and try to understand in detail. Difficult words with their meanings are given below the screen for your reference. Now let us begin. When God at first made man, having a glass of blessings standing by, let us, said he, pour on him all we can. Let the world's riches which dispersed lie contract into a span. So strength first made a way, then beauty flowed, then wisdom, honor, pleasure. When almost all was out, God made a stay, perceiving that alone of all his treasures rest in the bottom lay. For if I should, said he, bestow this jewel also on my creature, he would adore my gifts instead of me, and rest in nature, not the God of nature. So both should losers be. Yet let him keep the rest, but keep them with repining restlessness. Let him be rich and weary, that at last, if goodness lead him not, yet weariness may toss him to my breast. What a wonderful poem it is, learners. So we saw, learners, that the poem consists of 4 stanzas and each stanza having 5 lines, and we see the rhyme scheme of first 2 stanzas is A B A B A. Now let us try and understand the first stanza. So we see how the poet is narrating a story of man's creation. He says when God created man, he had a glass of blessings standing by. This line speaks so much about the unconditional love of God for his creation, that when he created a man or human beings in general, he wanted to bestow us with a lot of blessings, with everything that he could. He wanted to bestow the man with all the blessings, all the riches that were lying, that were dispersed on earth. And he wanted to contract them, wanted to put them together in that small span of glass. So he wanted to bless us with everything. That's what the first stanza means. So when he started pouring that glass of blessings, strength first made a way. So the man was blessed with the virtue of strength. After that, God granted him beauty. Of course, the world or life in general without beauty would have been so dull. And God knew it, so he blessed man with the beauty. Then he granted wisdom, then honor and pleasure. All these virtues are invaluable, and when almost all was out, God took a pause. He stopped for a while. He saw and realized that all his treasures and all his blessings were poured except one. That one blessing, one treasure was still lying at the bottom of that glass, and it was rest, peace. Now, why did he do so? Why did he stop? Let us find out. So, when God had bestowed all the blessings on human beings, he stopped for a while, perceiving, understanding, realizing that only one last of his blessings was lying at the bottom, that was rest. He realized that if I give this jewel to my creator, he would be lost in enjoying the gifts. He would never remember me. He would be lost in the nature and in the world, and would never remember the God, never remember me, the creator of this nation, all the beautiful jewels, all the beautiful treasures and blessings. And this way, we both will be losers. So, here we understand, learners, how the poet is stressing out on the importance of remembering God always. Of course, it is a matter of great loss for us if we forget our Creator. So, poet says that this was the reason that God decided to keep the most important blessing, rest, peace, which is so precious like a jewel. God decided to keep it to Himself so that man may enjoy all the blessings, all the beauty, all the treasures of the world, but at last, when he'll be tired, when he would want peace and rest, he won't be able to find it in the world because it lies with God. So he'll have to come back to God in his restlessness. He might not come to God just out of goodness, but at least when he'll need rest, he will seek God. Lack of rest, continuous anxiety will lead him to God. So, this speaks about the volume of love God, the Creator, has for us, that He wants us not to be lost, He wants us close to Him. So, that is what a pure love is. So, this restlessness will act as a pulley, and it will bring us closer to God. So, this is all about the poem The Pulley, and it teaches us so many things. It gives us so many beautiful messages, that always count our blessings, and that the real blessings are not the material wealth. When we learned the poem in the first stanza, when God is talking about all the jewels, all the valuable things, all the blessings, there is no mention of any monetary things, any material thing, any money or wealth. So we understand that the real wealth is not the material wealth, it's not money basically. Wealth is strength, wisdom, beauty, honor. All these are the blessings, all these blessings are the real treasures of man. And above all, peace. So, to be at peace from within, we must always remember God and the gifts that He has bestowed upon us. I'm sure you all liked the poem and hope you understood everything we learned in the video. Do share your thoughts, your feedback in the comment section. I'm good at replying. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. If you like this video, give a thumbs up and share among your friends. Thank you very much.